Disney has so many different projects that are in the works right now. At Walt Disney World, we're going to get the Tron Light Cycle ride, the Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster, the entire Epcot revamp, and a lot more. But there might be even more on the way that we really don't know much about yet. I made a video not too long ago talking about all the little details that I think might be coming with Project 89. You can find more in the original video right there at the I button, but thanks to a few very, knowledgeable Disney enthusiasts who are always on the lookout for new permits that are being filed by Disney, we heard about something added to Project 89 having to do with the Disney airport.
What?
Whoa, Michael. Disney has an airport? Wait, I didn't know about this. I've been flying at MCO. What's going on here? Don't worry, I have not been keeping anything from you. I fly into MCO, Orlando International Airport, and that's the place to go when you want to go to Walt Disney World. But yes, Disney does have an airport that has since been retired. It's only used for storage at the moment. It's the Walt Disney World Stoll Airport. It stands for the Short Takeoff and Landing Airport. The Walt Disney World Private Airport was given the flight designation code of DWS and was opened on October 22nd, 1971. As you know, it is no longer in use, and Disney uses it now for a storage area when they have a few extra things they need to set to the side kind of out of sight, which is very helpful for them. But there also is a no-fly zone in the entire area, so that means drone pilots, that includes you, no flying on Walt Disney property. When we last discussed Project 89, we were thinking about how the River Country location right next to Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground might change over into a resort. They might be building there, a nice little resort, maybe some bungalows over the water. It might be nice for some, and I stand by that. It still could be that, but there's an addition now that I had to make another video about. So what about this new permit? What's new? What's exciting? What am I so excited about? Well, let's take a look at the permit itself. You can tell right from this permit, Disney doesn't really have any specifics that they're giving to us, but that's pretty standard for Disney. They want to keep it a secret for as long as possible. Looking at this permit, we can see that Disney has plans for some construction, or maybe to figure out what that ground underneath the airport is like, but they also have kind of included that area to the east of where the airport is, and that's what starts to get me thinking. Now, these permits were also submitted with some documents, and in the documents, Disney states they're looking to do something, construction, testing, seeing what the ground's like, but for an area that is 30.2 acres large. Now, they didn't include many specifics in this permit for specific reasons, you can understand that, but there is a piece of road where Disney has designated they want to connect a piece of where the airport road is to part of the main road at Walt Disney World, so that's one specific we have. For now, that is all we know about Project 89, so now it's time to have some fun with it. Time to put our Imagineer hats on and think, what could Disney be up to? Now, I do have a few ideas and I'm about to share them with you, but before I do, I have to tell you these are just my ideas. These are not rumors, there's no speculation, there is nothing about this that is even close to being talked about. This is Michael's imagination. So you know what that means. It means you have to imagine with me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. The first thought that comes to mind for me is a major undertaking and a massive idea. Since this new permit and documentation is also labeled with Project 89, we can assume that this is the same Project 89 at the Disney airport that is taking place at River Country, so we can tie those two together pretty easily in our minds. The River Country permit filings for some early construction, they're not talking about actually putting beams in the ground, just testing the ground to see if it can support their ideas, is very small at the time of filming, but you never know. Disney might just be testing one area and then they could always expand it to make it larger and larger. And then if we consider how far away the Disney airport is from River Country, that area is enormous. And you're telling me Project 89 has to do with River Country and the Disney airport? They're somehow related? That is a massive area if you consider the distance between the two. That area is absolutely enormous. If you look at where River Country is now and the Disney airport, and you make kind of a rough circle of some areas that are not being used between those two spots, that is an enormous plot of land. It is so big that you could fit not one, but approximately 2 Magic Kingdom parks into that area. That's how big of an area we're talking about. It's a gigantic plot of land, and the first thought that comes to me, even though I know it's a long shot, it's probably never gonna happen, it might be years away, is another Disney theme park. Oh my gosh, it would be a dream come true. Please, oh my gosh, it would be so amazing. A villains park or a throwback park or some, IP that they could bring in. The possibilities are endless. Different dining options, different theming. I can only imagine what they could do with a whole new park. And the deluxe resorts are right there, so it makes so much sense. It's so convenient for the deluxe resort guests who are paying extra anyway. Why not put a new park right next to them, making it so easy to get to? Oh, you know what? Wait, instead of a new theme park, maybe it's not in the budget, maybe they're not thinking of it right now. What about, to compete with Universal's new water park, they make a brand new water park right there, right next to the deluxe guests Disney? It would be amazing. Please, please do it. Now, I don't want to take away from Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach. They are incredible, beautifully themed. I do love them, but they really can continue stepping forward with those water parks, especially with the addition of the Universal water park, right? More guests are going to the Universal water park. Maybe, I don't know, I didn't, but some guests are. So maybe Disney wants to pull them back with another water park. Oh my gosh, please. Imagine the best water park you can imagine. Just imagine it for a minute. And then like quadruple that. That's what Disney could do it. Disney, are you looking at me? Look at me. Do it. Just do it. I do want to mention a very interesting coincidence you might not know. 1989 was the year that Hollywood Studios opened at Walt Disney World, a brand new theme park. 1989 was also the year Typhoon Lagoon opened at Walt Disney World. Two different areas opened in 1989. Just saying, Project 89, 1989, is that a coincidence, Disney? You tell me.
Coincidence? I think not!
Okay, after getting that excitement out of my system and getting us all really excited about what this area could be, I need to remind you that this is extremely unlikely. I really doubt it's going to happen. I would love it to, please, but I highly doubt it, so let's make sure we keep our expectations for it at a level, we can be surprised, happily surprised, but let's not just say, okay, it's going to be a theme park or a water park. Expectations at regular levels, okay? But if for some reason I am right about it and it's a new water park or a brand new theme park, I'm gonna throw like a super giveaway to celebrate. So think about it, maybe this will happen. Okay, so what else could it be besides a new theme park or a new water park at Walt Disney World? Well, considering the direction that Disney is going nowadays and the fact that they really want to make those resort costs a little bit less so that guests can come with the entire family, it does make a lot of sense. They are thinking more and more about building more resorts. So this could be a brand new Disney resort or an extension on resorts that are already there. It does make a lot of sense to build a resort where River Country is now. You have a lot of the conveniences, you can get the boat dock right there, it's so convenient, easy, and it's a beautiful view right there of the lake. But how does that tie in to the Disney Airport and the other part of the Project 89 permit? Well, I do have two theories about that, and one is much more exciting than the other. The more exciting option is that Disney might be considering more transportation options for those guests staying at Wilderness Lodge, Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground, and this new unnamed Project 89 maybe could be resort. Now when I say transportation, I know what you're thinking right away. Michael, the monorail, it's right there. It could be so easy and convenient. It's not gonna happen. You have the Transportation and Ticket Center right next door. There is no way they would put another monorail station right there. So what else could it be? Well, another thought that comes to mind is a Skyway station. I am looking forward to seeing the Disney Skyway and getting those great pictures from above. It's going to be great, but at the same time you have two problems right off the bat when you consider the Skyway at this location. The first one is it's probably going to be an extremely long trip to go from the Epcot station all the way to this area near where Wilderness Lodge and the Disney Airport are now. As fun as the Skyway is going to be, it's probably not going to be nearly as fast as the monorail or maybe the buses, depending on traffic. But there is another problem with that scenario, and it's the fact that the monorail already services Epcot, and then you have two different transportation options going to the same location. So does that really make sense? I don't know about that. I also feel like some Disney enthusiasts would probably feel like, okay, you know what, we want the monorail to be prioritized. That's our transportation to and from Epcot. It's a great loop. We want to keep it as the one and only, and there's a lot of Disney enthusiasts who do feel that way. So there's kind of two major issues with the Skyway idea. To me, the Skyway idea seems even less likely than a brand new theme park or a brand new water park in that area. I just can't see it. So what else could it be used for? Well, if we're assuming that Disney is using that river country area for the new resort, maybe still totally unconfirmed, basically everything in this video is unconfirmed, what else could this area be for? Well, a less exciting idea is it could be for cast member parking, storage, or some other use that, guests don't see. Of all of the different ideas, that is definitely the least exciting option, and if I had to guess, Disney would not be going through all of this trouble and getting those permits and figuring out how they're going to dig and construct if this wasn't for immersing the guests in some way. So I'm crossing my fingers that it has to do with our experience and we're really going to get some big thing that we didn't otherwise expect. Come on, resort or water park, let's do it. So now that you've heard my imagination on the loose a little bit as I consider what Project 89 could be, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Could it be a new water park or a new theme park, please? Oh my gosh, please. Or maybe it's just a new transportation option, or maybe it's just some roads, cutting, between those areas since it's, there's no roads right now, or maybe it's a storage area. I don't know. Let me know your best guess in the comments below, and we'll come back to this video once we get confirmation of what Project 89 is, and we'll see who got the closest. It's gonna be fun. There are so many new and exciting things that are gonna be coming to Walt Disney World. I cannot wait to experience them all with you. Thank you so much for being a part of the magic with me. Until next time, have a magical day.